Hey Stampin' Friends, Darlene with Darling Stamps. So we're going to go through Thrifty Thursday with a twist, and it will be actually paper pumpkin, because there was a lot of thrifty things I thought were beneficial with this kit and wanted to go through a couple of things. So these samples are just some of the things that we'll talk about, but I wanted to, and we'll go over each one. But this is the paper pumpkin kit this month. And basically, you know, a lot of people look at this as, well, it's not really cards. I want to make cards. And there are some note cards in here, but there's just cute little baskets. And everything comes inside. It has the instructions. So we're just going to make this a real quick video, but I wanted to give you kind of an idea of the baskets. Really cute. They came with the little brads I took, and the envelope that comes with it, and using kind of the blueberry one, but just kind of giving you an idea. So these are the cute little envelopes that came with it, and I just cut out, or fussy cutted, the little tag out of there, and then put it as part of the invitation or tag. I didn't want a tag hanging. And then I'm going to put goodies in here, and this will be my little treat bag that I'll give to a friend. So anyhow, I want to go through and I want to show you, these are the little note cards, and this is the envelope. So inside is the real pretty checkered paper, and we're going to actually double it today, so it's kind of thrifty that we'll use today. You can see on this card I actually used the vellum that comes in the kit and the blueberries for the background, and you'll see later I'm going to use these little pop-outs that come in the blueberries. I'm going to use those for another project. So anyhow, let's get started. We are going to, let me go through really quick, because this is the first card we're going to make. And with this, that's what I was showing you with this. We actually are going to open up this envelope. This bone folder really works out well, because I want to be able to keep intact the best that I can with that. And we are just going to open that up, how nice that plaid is, and we're going to cut out that piece. All right, so in cutting out the piece, we will also take an apple. Now the apples come in the kit as well, and this is my piercing mat. And let's put this aside, and we're going to take the apple, and I've already done part of it, but I wanted to show you. So I wanted to see how it kind of, see if I can pop it up, see how it looks kind of raised, and I've kind of distressed the inside so it looks like an actual bubble of an apple. So I just took the apples that come in the kit and turn upside down on a piercing mat using my piercing tool, and I just literally frame that out and roll that around. I saw this technique, a gal did this, but you see how it just moves that little piece and gives it a nice little bump. And then we are going to get everything prepped. And that's what I like to do with these once I show you, is because when you prep your cards, it is nice to kind of have everything prepped. That way when you're ready to assemble, it is all ready to go. All right, so there's my apple. We have my little sentiment piece. We'll put that aside. Now we're going to work on the card base. This is basically the, I've already scored it, but it's 8.5 scored at 5. Sorry, 8. I always get this confused. So it's an 8.5 by 11. Cut at 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Phew! Remember on the white, we're gonna do the belly out, so that's gonna be our base. But in order to keep this thing a little straight, I am going to use. See how we have the border inside the stamp kit that came with it is soft suede. So we are just going to take our edges, and we're going to go all the way around, kind of making it a basket. I'm not going to twist it because literally, oh, I was going to use a scratch piece just because this nice grid paper, which is what you would normally use, but I like keeping it so it's nice and clean. All right, then we're going to turn that around, and we're going to go the other way. You know, the weather has been so nice. I guess some people would say, well, it's humid, but it is still nice. It's better than the weather that is in some parts of the areas of the U.S. with the flooding they're having and fires in California. It's just really, you know, I keep my prayers for them because it is really a challenge to go through and have things become challenging. Anyhow, I'm just completing the edges of my card because this is my border, and it's going to end right in there. All right, so that is our border, but I wanted to show you on my card, close that up, on my card that I made, I wanted to show you that my card didn't, or my stamp didn't quite make it. As you can see, I have some pieces here, so I'm going to use the crumb cake just because that is the pin. I know it's soft suede, but I can make it dark enough. But then I can kind of fix that. So even though this is not my soft suede pin, it was an easy fix. Okay, so let's go back to our edge. Now, on the inside, I have not purchased the color of this, which is the blueberry. Let's see, the back of this says the blue. Oh, the blueberry bushel in the Granny Apple Green and Poppy Parade. Those are the three new colors that are in our color scheme. So they're in the in colors, but I have not purchased them yet. But I wanted to use that border. So what I did was I took, this is the negative piece that the blueberries came in. And is the, you know, you just pop those out. So I popped those out, and now I can use this base. Remember, we try to utilize the space. So when I cut this best I could, this piece is a 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and that is going to slide on just like that. And there's my edge. So because I want to, again, we're going to assemble this and pieces all together, and that's going to be together. All right, so I'm going to glue down, let's see, I'm not sure about you, when I glue, sometimes my paper or my glue goes off. So these silicone mats are nice because you can glue and voila, it does not come off on your pieces. Oop, I just boo-booed. All right, hold on. All right, we are going to do a couple things because I wanted to do a little piece of paper here. This is just that tissue paper that came inside, and it's just for an effect. Now I'm ready to put this down. This is going to go in the middle, like that. And then I'm going to scrunch this up on the edges. That kind of gives it a little bit of 3D texture. All right, then we're going to put our piece on top. All right, now put this right in the middle. Now, oh, wait. Didn't quite cover the hole. Hold the phone. Come on, thank you. Okay, try this again. Because the whole point of this little white piece is to cover those circles. So I got to make sure I'm even Steven. There. Okay. Now, nice. All right. Get my little piece on here. Okay, now let's do our thank you. Thank you, I'm just going to do in black. The brown wasn't quite as, and this is Memento Tuxedo Black. And I'm just going to get my thank you on there. I can always use thank you cards. And I kind of offset it because my apple's going to take up some of that room there. And if I keep that intact, I can try to get the apple all in place. All right, that's going to go in the middle. Again, we're going to offset because I got to keep room for my apple. And see, so we're assembling, and everything was already said and done. So we had our apple ready to go. We had our piece for our thank you. And and I put the dimensionals in the middle because I want that to kind of bubble up. And I want that to peek through with blueberry. There. Okay, so just different color. I know that the green was a little bit of a pop, but I had this already set, so I kind of gave it a different color. Okay, all right, so the next one I want to do is, and I just, had it. Boy, I really thought I had my act together by putting everything, there it is. Putting everything in place. Okay, so we're going to make this one. And I want to show you how we use some of the pieces in here. So, all right, this is basically 11, 8.5 by 11, cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. And on a dark, valley is going to go out. That makes sure it doesn't crack. Okay, so we're going to use that for our edge. And then, because this green tissue paper is real thin, I wanted to have a little bit more pop. So I folded it in half, and I want to put a little bit of adhesive. And I have to warn you, the tissue paper is not very forgiving. So be careful when you are gluing that down. I just want to be able to have it stick together. Now, in order to not have it rip, because that's not going to be a happy day, I am going to put some, just a kind of tumble glue on here. And that way, I don't have any problem with it ripping. Then my piece, I'm going to put right in, so it'll kind of be a nice shadow or a layer piece. And then that's going to go right on the edge there. But we got to wait because I'm going to put ribbon around it. And before we glue it down, I want to get that on. Now, we're going to put on, let me cut this because I don't need it all the way. And I'm going to put actually a glue dot because, and I'm going to use the dots that came in the kit, but I want to make sure it does not move, so that kind of helps with my ribbon. So we're going to put that right in the middle. That way when I go over to the edge and I put my adhesive down for my ribbon, it will stay in place. And that's a little bit too long. Okay. Oh, this is, I put a ribbon around this one. This is my gunky, is that a word? Glue, icky, sticky scissors. These are my ribbon stickers. So they're still snips, but they are not used. I do not use them for anything with glue, so they kind of stay good for ribbon. And you can see how well that cuts. All right, now we're going to do a faux bow, and that's where we're just going to slide in the remaining ribbon that I cut. We're going to do left over right, but I didn't do that. So, okay. Okay, now do it right. Left over right. And this just puts a little bit of a twist on it. And the reason that I do the faux bow is because I don't want to put too much thickness, because when I mail the card, I don't want it to have an issue. Okay, so now I'm able to get this down, and we'll use a tumble again. But anyhow, back to the weather. So it's been nice. We actually had fog this morning. It's kind of weird. I mean, we had fog in Seattle, but it's kind of odd to have it here in Kentucky. Okay, and there. Now it looks like I am off. No, I'm not. Okay, so now I have that on. So I want to show you Okay, do you see how I have the two balloons here? Well, those are from last month's pumpkin, and I don't have any more of those sticky, nice balloons. So what I did was I have a balloon punch, and if you look at the apples that come in your kit, there's some space in there, and I am going to just take my balloon, and I used that red. Again, I don't have these colors yet, so this is how I am getting away with using the same style to show you, but I wanted to show you how thrifty we can use every little piece. This is a tag that came in the kit, so I want to do the same thing with the balloon aspect, and that way it has some green in there, but you know, there's white in there, so this is not the exact color. This is Lemon Lime Twist, but I want to show you because we're just trying to make up for it, and we're going to just rock that in there and give it kind of a shadow effect on my balloon. There. Oh, got some ink on my finger. Okay, so, and then I want to take, you know, because we've got the little bows here that are on it, so I am just going to draw. I'm not the best drawer there, but that'll work for now. Okay, and because I want to, let's see, we're going to do a little well, you know how they have like a little shine on the bow, on the balloon. Okay, and because I want to see how we had the string, again, I'm trying to recreate all of the little pieces the proper way. So we're just going to use the thread that came with the kit. That's one balloon, that's two balloons. Okay, that's the twine. And before I put these down, I want to make sure I get my strings in there and get them correctly. So 1, 2, and so those are going to be a little long, so let's get those cut down and there. Okay. And then again, we're going to use the glue dots. I know I have a big thing of them, but I thought, you know, I could just use these up and be done with it. But I want to, oh, mercy me. All right, but this would give me my string or my balloon that will be right there, and get one more here. So, you know, I am, didn't have a video last week, and working too many hours and not enough time in the day. You know how that is? So anyhow, I am trying to make the best of it that I can, and I'm sure you can understand that. So part of there's a special going on with Paper Pumpkin, and if you subscribe, now if you may already have a subscription, maybe you just want to pick up a second kit, you'd have to use a different email because it won't count for being a new subscriber. But with Paper Pumpkin, if you sign up before August 10th, you get the next month for half, or your subscription for half off. Which I thought was a pretty good deal. So, okay. So you can see I've just kind of modified it, but it still gives us balloons in our string. And then in the kit came these really great tags. And so I am just going to use a tag. Now you see, I did try to do something kind of fancy with that, but it didn't quite pop for me. So I am, and I'm still into my thank yous because actually I am, yeah, oh, yeah. So I just did thank you, but I'm not going to do thank you on this card, but I already have it on my ink. So I will do it. Oh, icky. That turned out horrible. Let's just redo that again. Isn't that nice? I can get a redo. Boy, I wish other things I could get a redo on. Okay, let's do that again. Much better. Okay. Because I already have a thank you, we already have a It's Your Day, I am going to do Thinking About You, because that is one of the other words that are in here. And this block is one in our catalog. I like it because it's real little. It doesn't give a lot of bulk. Some people will use the same type of ink block like the one like this that comes with your new. But if you don't have a nice little handle to hold, your fingers can get in the ink. And then if you have extra, if the block is too big for the pad or the stamp, you can get extra ink on that. So we don't want that. So let me get another, and that will fit in there, another little block here. And let's do it with the flags. That'll work. So we'll use, and I'm using my big block or pad. It came with the soft suede, but this one worked out to be easier to use. It's nice to have it in your kit, but if you already have a big one, it's much easier to use. Ah, lovely. Okay. And I am not going to pop it up or do any of that. Again, I'm trying to keep my bulk down for mailing. So I'm going to put that right here. And there you go. And that way we have two different types. And then the one I wanted to make as an alternate, this was a fun one to do. You see I have the white on white. And this is the tissue paper, and I folded it. I just used the scoreboard and made scores of every ½ an inch, folded it. And this is actually Lemon Lime Twist. It's not the exact color green because I don't have the Granny Apple green. And then you can see on the box, I took the box that came in the kit and I cut it. Let me show you that. I cut the piece down and then used our blendables, the bronze, and just did over that to kind of give it more, because it kind of blended together. When I cut this apart, I liked the texture of that, but it was of course too big. So making it smaller to a little basket, and then used our blend pins with the bronze and just did over the weave. Used our strawberries, did some dots. So anyhow, that was a fun little alternate. And then one more alternate I thought was really fun was reusing the tags. So the tags that came in the kit, I turned it upside down, used them as jars. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this session of the paper pumpkin, the types of alternates you can make, and I hope that this has inspired and created some wonderful, wonderful abilities that make your pumpkin expand and grow just because of the alternates. I hope you have a great day. I talk to you soon and look forward to our next stamping time. Bye for now.